Alright, ladies and gentlemen, brand new Hellfire Gala uniform for the lovely Emma Frost. Yes sir, the White Queen has received her third uniform, and once again your boy has simped on it. As you can see, I have the uniform at Mythic and I've been testing it out, and I wanted to bring you guys my first impressions on the uniform because last time they gave us this Phoenix 5 uniform and it was supposed to transform Emma Frost into an absolute animal because she's one of the strongest mutants on the planet, and with the power of the Phoenix Force you would expect her to be completely untouchable. But that was not the case. If you take a look at her skills here in the preview before we jump into the testing, just take a look at her. Let's just go to 1s and 2s. 1s and 2s pretty much staying the same for the most part. They're not really anything spectacular. Let me just zoom in. But take a look at the third skill for Emma Frost. You'll notice she summons this diamond bubbler on herself and fires out these spikes. That's fine, doesn't do that much damage. Take a look at her fourth skill. It's actually pretty cool. She summons like this chandelier, or she just calls down the chandelier from the ceiling, I guess from this Hellfire Gala event. And then the fifth skill, we have these diamond spears popping up or whatever, and then they explode, right? So just take a look one more time because I want you to see that even if you do cancel the skills, you get all of the animation for the, well, not the 3, right? But you don't really need those spears. You can let it play out, but you don't really, especially if you're using a damage proc, right? But the 4 and the 5 is where the majority of the damage is going to come from with Emma Frost. But let me just go up here so you can see everything. So I'm going to go 3, 5, and then 4. Notice I canceled the 5 immediately, but I still got those diamond things to pop up. I still got the charm. I still got every effect that is on the 5th skill. And very important note here, unlike Psylocke where you have to let her 3rd skill play out to get the heal, Emma Frost's heal actually pops off right away as soon as you pop the 5. So look at this, I'm gonna press the 5 and then instantly cancel into 1, and then look at that, we still get all of the animation for the 5 to go off, and it's the same thing for the 4 as well. And I'll go 4 and then cancel into 1. Actually, I canceled a little bit too early, sorry. you do need to let her at least let the 4 skill summon that diamond, I believe, in the middle. But you don't need to let it play out fully, right? You need to let that diamond in the middle spawn, and then after that you can cancel it out. But if you're using her with a regular damage proc, I think her rotation would be something like 3, 5, and then 4, and just let the 4 play out fully, because the 2 and the 1, they don't do that much damage. So there's realistically no need to cancel out of your 4th skill. Now her tier 3 looks really cool. I like it. Kind of gives me Sharon Rogers type of vibes when she comes down, but I don't know, maybe it's just me, but it looks pretty cool. And let me just build it up really quickly here. You can see that if you use all of her skills, you get about 50%. Then you do it again, you get another 50%. And what I want you to take a look at this time around is the numbers, right? The number of hits. Actually, let me use Hope to push them away, because I really want you guys to see the number of hits on all of her skills when you cancel it out. Okay, let me go back. Emma Frost pop. So I just want to build up the tier 3 really quickly. Alright, cool. So that's just one enemy off to the corner here. Take a look at the full tier 3 hitting this one enemy and see the number of hits that you get. I believe it's about 60 hits, 59, right? And then let's just go ahead and do it. This time we're gonna cancel out of the tier 3 into the 1. So the 1 gives us, I believe, about 5 or 6 hits, 5 hits. So we're gonna go 6 and then instantly cancel it into the 1. Now take a look at this. All the hits from the tier 3 still going off, and we only miss out on about 8 hits, like 7 or 8 hits, just like I said in the earlier portion of the video. So even if you do decide to cancel Emma Frost's tier 3, you still get the majority of the effects and the damage and stuff. So again, if you want to cancel it, you can, but I don't think you should, okay? Anyways, let's jump into some content, boys. We're gonna test her out. I want you guys to see how the older uniforms compare to the new one. Honestly, if you're a big fan of Emma Frost and you've been waiting to pick up a uniform that's actually gonna make her serviceable, this might be it. This might be the best Emma Frost uniform we've ever gotten. They might have finally gotten one right for her. The 3rd time looks like it's the charm, boys, and that's just scratching the surface because I'm hearing some things from my alliance members about her PvP potential, and that's not even considering the fact that her artifact gives her a substantial PvP buff. With the reflect, it's just nasty. Anyways, let's jump into World Boss and have some fun. So what we're gonna do here is about a minute against Cull Obsidian, and I want you guys to take a look at how much damage she does in a minute, and then we're gonna drop the uniforms. Now I could use Nick Fury for this because she's now reverting back to being a superhero. However, in the Phoenix 5 uniform, she's a super villain. So what I want to do is keep the teams the same. So because of that, I'm going to be using She-Hulk because She-Hulk will work regardless of whether or not she's a villain or a hero. So just do keep that in mind. She could be faster if I was using Nick Fury. But that being said, let's jump in. Let's see how long it takes her to kill Cull Obsidian. And then we're going to jump back in with the other two uniforms. Might even jump in with the base kit in case any of you guys want to see how that performs as well. Might be a longer video, but hey, hopefully it gives you guys some good information without having to buy the uniform if you didn't want to. So we're gonna go 3, 5, 4. Her rotation is pretty much staying exactly the same. Just gonna go around. We go 3, 5, 4. Then we go 2, 1. So at this point you would have your tier 3, 3, 5, 4. Go 2, then 1. At this point, yep, he's gonna run to the center. And I believe she's strong enough to just cut through all of this and not even wait for this whole phase thing to happen. Okay. 3, 5, 4. One thing I don't like is that the immunity is not instant on the 2. But listen, she's so much better now that I'm not even gonna complain about that. That's like nitpicking at that point. Especially since she still has. So here's the thing. I want to tell you guys something right now. I ran this exact same fight about 10 times, and every single time my Emma Frost finishes this fight in 59 seconds. So I can tell you with 100% certainty that this is consistent. Let's jump in with the other uniforms so you guys can see the difference. We'll start off, you know what? We'll start off with the previous one, the Phoenix 5. Now let's take a look at how much damage this uniform does in 1 minute. Keep in mind, we killed Cull Obsidian. We did the entire fight in 1 minute. Let's take a look at what 1 minute does here. So we're gonna go 3, we have to delay, let the summon spawn. Then we go 5, and then we go 4, and then 2, and then 1. Same rotation. Funny enough, they decided to keep the rotation the same, which is actually good. Made it so I was able to easily pick her up and play. The only difference is this one you delay the 3 so you get the summons. You can see a big difference, right guys? You can see a big difference. The bar is not moving like it was before. The accumulation and the extra attack buffs make a big difference, boys. Wow. Yep. Oh my gosh. Alright, so let's stop it right here. So we did essentially 13 bars more damage with the new uniform using the exact same build and the exact same team setup. Now, we're gonna go in with the Marvel Now uniform in case any of you guys didn't pick up the Phoenix 5 and you want to see if you're going from Marvel Now to Hellfire Gala, what the difference is. By the way, we're doing all of this with an invincibility obelisk. The reason why is because we don't have to worry about a damage proc triggering on the wrong skill to make her look better or worse. This way you get to see the raw damage increase from the uniform, okay? Alright, let's go ahead and swap into the Marvel Now uniform and jump back in. Same conditions and the same rotation and everything. Alright boys, let's go. I might cut out some of the like swapping between uniforms and stuff because I don't want to keep you guys here for a super long time. Alright. I miss the reflex summon. I really do. but I guess they had to make money somehow, so they put it on our artifact. And you know what? It's better because, well, it's not better. Well, I would have liked it to still be on the uniform, but it being on the artifact is gonna be there all the time, like passively. Okay, come on. Now I know you guys are wondering, like, whoa, what's going on? Why is the damage so similar between these two uniforms? This is exactly why people were upset with the Phoenix 5 uniform, because it was like they just gave her like a new skin and pretty much nothing else. Just take a look at that. Look at the difference between the two uniforms. Look at it. It's barely anything. So if you were an Emma Frost fan back in the day and you picked up the Phoenix 5 uniform when you already had the Marvel Now uniform, you kind of felt like you got robbed, because Emma Frost upgrading your uniform to Mythic is very, very expensive. So that's why I wanted to show you guys right off the bat that this new uniform is not like the others. It's not like the other two where they kind of ripped you off. This one is a substantial DPS increase, and now she has a heal as well. So that's really good. But I know World Boss Ultimate isn't where it's at these days, so we're gonna jump into World Boss Legend after we tier 3 here. But before we do that, I gotta do something for my brothers and sisters who never picked up Emma Frost. So they're working with the base kit. I want to see how far behind those guys are gonna be if they decide to pick up Emma Frost and not get the new uniform, which I would not recommend. 10 out of 10 if you're gonna get Emma Frost at this point, you gotta get the uniform, okay? You gotta. Alright. Let's go. I'll tier 3 right after this, boys. Let's see. So we're gonna go 3, 4, and then 5. You can see you're doing like no damage. The good thing is there's been 4 versions of Emma Frost and all of them play pretty much the exact same. 3, 4, 5. So if you master the art of playing with one, you basically master the art of playing with them all. And with so many characters in the game, it's nice that you don't have to remember a whole new rotation. But I guess it would be a whole new rotation if you've never played with her before, or if you stopped playing with her and didn't play with her for like years and then you started playing with her now. But you can see, yeah, it's pretty bad. You can see the gap, boys. It looks like it's about a bar and a half, maybe. Yeah, about a bar and a half between the older uniforms and the base kit, and then there's a massive difference. Yeah, there's a massive, yeah. We'll stop here, okay? We don't need to do anything else with the base. You can see the base is just dookie, fam. And you might be wondering why I'm using the rotation I'm using. The 3rd skill gives her an attack buff that's staying constant throughout all the uniforms, right? The 4th skill is where the majority of her damage is, and then the 5th skill has the mind control, and it does like the mind resistance down and increase your damage if they're mind controlled and whatnot. So that's why we're constantly using 3, 5, 4, okay? But that being said, let's go ahead and tier 3 Emma Frost here. I'll do it in the new uniform so we get to see her in 2022 quality. Let's go, baby! Let's go! Oh, you stepped to the queen, you gonna die. Fall to your knees, simps. Anyways, man, I love it. I love it. All right, Diamond Wave. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, a lot of attack. 13,000. I think that's a good amount of attack. Let me flex on the alliance. Flex on the Mandems one time. All right, cool. So let's see how much faster we kill Color Obsidian, and then we're gonna jump into World Boss Legend. I know you guys don't care about tier 2 gameplay and whatnot, but listen, man. I want to fully test her. I want to fully experience her. You know, every inch of her, every integer. Anyways, let's go. I think I'll just cancel the 4, go right into 2, then 1, and then tier 3. Oh baby, let's go. It's like double the DPS. Let's go, baby. I probably could have done it faster too. Interesting. So I wonder if on the tier 3 rotation I should do 3, 5, 1, 2, 4. I don't know. I'm you know what? I'm getting crazy with it, but yeah, let's jump into World Boss Legend. I wanted to test the other two uniforms with the tier 3 and stuff, but we'll get to that. I was using my boy Color Obsidian today because you guys know that's my man's. But let's see how Emma Frost be doing over here. Is she frosty? I can't even find her. Okay. There we go. Do we need leaderships and whatnot? No, we don't. Actually, let's use some ignore dodge leadership. So let's go with Gambit, and then this. I don't even know. I guess Storm, and then get these guys out of here. Give her some ignore dodge. I know she gets ignore dodge on her like tier 3 and stuff, but I just want to make sure that none of her attacks are missing. Okay, so that's enough. Alright boys, so since we're not using a proc, what I'm gonna try and do is get the tier 3 up as quickly as possible by going 2, 1, 3, 5, and then 4. Then using 2, 1, and then the next 3, 5, 4 rotation, you should get the tier 3 up. I think this would be a rotation you would use if you're using a Rage or a Judgment. I would not recommend this rotation if you're using a traditional damage proc or anything like that. So we're gonna get caught up because of all the strikers on the field, but we're pretty close to the next tier 3, so that's fine. We're gonna go 3, 5, tier 3. This one didn't do that much damage, I think, because our damage accumulation ran out. So maybe I should have waited a couple more seconds there. Alright, so 59 seconds. Interestingly enough, let's see how much damage we can do with the Phoenix 5 uniform in about 1 minute compared to the Hellfire Gala uniform. We're going to use the same type of rotation. Alrighty. Killed one of my summons right away. That's unfortunate. Alright, we should get our tier 3 this rotation. But the difference in damage is quite noticeable. Very much so noticeable. Wow. Can we skip the cage? Yes, we can. Okay, that's good. Wow. You guys seeing this? There's gonna be about 17 bars worth of damage difference between this uniform and the new one. Yeah. So in this same exact amount of time, we got him up off the throne last time, which is 30 bars, which means the difference in damage right now is looking like 17 bars. That's a lot. Okay, so I realistically just want to see how the Marvel Now uniform compares to the Phoenix 5, because we know that in World Boss Ultimate, they were relatively the same. They were very, very close. The Marvel Now was just a fraction behind. So we're going to try and see how this thing compares to that. The guard breaks is the same across all the uniforms. Alright, wow. Tier 3 does like no damage, but okay. We already know that without the accumulation and whatnot, it doesn't do as much. We skip the cage there. Okay. Yeah, so it's looking like it's about the exact same. Yeah, so pretty much the exact same thing that we were seeing from the Phoenix 5. So this tells me that the gap that we're seeing between the uniform is constant throughout, in World Boss Ultimate and World Boss Legend, or at the very least on my account, the way how I have the character built. Throwing in the base kit just for shits and giggles, but honestly, what I'm seeing with Hellfire Gala tells me all I need to know. The uniform looks like it's a solid pickup for Emma Frost if you really like her. Yeah, we got guard broken there. Yeah, the fact that these uniforms don't heal means they have very little, well, uniform and the base kit, they don't heal. Yeah, they don't have no type of World Boss Legend potential for me anyways. Because if I'm picking up Emma Frost at this point in the game, she needs to be doing World Boss Legend in the 40s, pushing up into the 50s. That's just how I see it, bro. Yeah, so wow. Pretty much what we've seen, right, in World Boss Ultimate being repeated here. So yeah, this base kit is just done. So 21 bars behind, that's like yikes, bro. That's actually a pretty substantial upgrade. If you're just picking up Emma Frost right now and then dropping her in her uniform, getting 21 more bars of damage off of the uniform alone without a CTP or anything in the mix, that's quite a lot. And for the most part, I don't have anything spectacular on my Emma Frost. She's just rocking some 6-star energy attack Uru with crit damage and crit rate, which I do need to change over. She's missing some critical rate, but that's constant across all 3 uniforms. And then she's rocking with an invincibility proc. So what you saw here in this video is her true damage based on all of her uniforms currently being at Mythic. And every single one of them have all of the options, I believe, for the most part, at Mythic. By the way, this new uniform, the options are absolutely god-awful. Honestly, I think this is one of the worst uniform options I've seen in at least a year, right? Putting the old Scarlet Witch uniform here is absolutely terrible. Then Blade, which is another awful uniform. Luna Snow, which is, what, 2 uniforms behind her current one? Like, what the heck is going on? I don't get it personally. And then they decided to put Nightcrawler in here again on the dud uniform, and then they put Miles. Oh my gosh, like this is terrible. There's not a single good option in here. So if you are gonna get her uniform to Mythic and try to push for rank 1, you're gonna have to invest in some bad uniforms. Maybe that's why they brought the uniform sale back around. I don't know, man, but that is absolutely terrible. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna wrap it up right here. Don't worry, I am going to give you guys some more gameplay with her using a damage proc, and I also got this bad boy ready for her. As you can see, 4070 on the type, only 23% all attack, but we got that nice fat juicy 19.3% chain hit damage. So I'm looking forward to testing that out on her. If you guys want to see a regular judgment first, let me know. But rolling regular judgments with high chain hit and high all attack is a pain in the butt. So if you guys do want to see regular judgment, I might throw this one on her right here, and then we'll upgrade from there to the mighty. If y'all want to see a rage, let me know, but I don't think the rage is gonna do anything great for her because she doesn't have guaranteed crit rate, I don't believe. And if she doesn't have that, it's gonna be very, very bad. I could try her with an energy as well because I think she's proc friendly, but the rotation that I want to use with her to get to tier 3 as fast as possible includes the 1 and 2 as often as possible, as you saw in the later testing. Okay.